we're going way back to the year 1995 to take a look at a 2-pack of Marvel figures from ToyBiz. So we know all about the ToyBiz line, the X-Men line. They had Fantastic Four figures, they had Avenger figures, they had Spider-Man figures, and they pretty much dominated the comic book toy market in the early 90s with their 5-inch style figures. So we're going to take a look at this goofy looking thing today. We're going to pull both of these figures out. That's right, we're going to open up a quote-unquote vintage toy. We're looking at the ToyBiz Marvel Team Up subline. So there was a line of 2-packs. There was another Spider-Man pack with the Thing, and there are some X-Men ones as well. This one in particular is a was a Kmart exclusive and has a very creepy looking Human Torch with this doodad here, as well as a Spider-Man figure that frankly looks pretty awful. So we're going to pull this whole thing out and we're going to take a look at them. You can see this is in kind of an oversized card. We've got some artwork, some classic style comic book artwork of the Human Torch and Spider-Man. Figures are in the window. We've got this lovely Kmart logo on the front, and then the back has a fantastic cross-sell of the other lines that ToyBiz was putting out. So X-Men, Iron Man, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, all that cool stuff. So yeah, let's rip this bad boy open and see what these things do. Okay guys, here we go. They are out of the package, and yeah, these are about as goofy looking as I might have expected. So we've got our Spider-Man figure, we've got our Human Torch, and these are some of the more gimmicky figures in the ToyBiz line. Like I said, these were released in '95, so pretty deep into the line as well. So we've got basically a static pose Spider-Man here. He's honestly very, very difficult to stand. He's got a very goofy web action feature. We've got our Human Torch figure that, if I didn't know any better, I would think is an orange Silver Surfer almost, because he does not look anything like Johnny Storm. He's got this weird catapult doohickey, and he glows in the dark, which honestly works really well and is very cool, and I'll show you that in a second. We're going to take a look at Spider-Man first, though, because yeah, I just want to get him off this table. Okay, so the Peter Parker aspect of this set, he is the more basic of the two figures. He's got a rotating head. The upper body and arms are all static. He does have a waist twist. He can swivel his legs. He's got hinged knees as well. And, you know, this line is well known for having the exposed silver knee joints. But his big thing is that he's got these, like, web dangly dealies that hang out of his arms. So you can kind of hold him in the air and make it look like he's crawling up a wall or something, crawling right off the screen. But yeah, that's about it. I would have been very unhappy if I got this as a kid. I think there are far better Spider-Man figures released in the 90s than this guy. He is lackluster, to say the least. I think it's a weird one. This little action feature is really odd too. I frankly don't get it, and I'm not sure I'm even doing it right. The instructions are very unclear. So yeah, it is a Spider-Man figure at the very least. That's always something, right? People love Spider-Man, even when he looks like this. Johnny Storm is definitely the interesting aspect of this set to me because he looks so weird. You know, he's just odd looking. He's this very fluorescent orange, which obviously is probably not a good thing for my setup here. He's got a catapult, a very techie looking catapult, and he's got all these glow-in-the-dark patches of fire on him, which are admittedly very cool, but he just looks weird. His head is very squat, and the sculpt is very not human almost. It looks like something that wants to be a human, but isn't really. It's very weird. It looks like a Silver Surfer head almost, but it's so odd. He's got a rotating head, swiveling arms, he's got hinged elbows, he has a arm that goes left and right though, which is really weird, like he can wave at you. He's got no waist twist, but he has legs that go forward, hinged knees, and he has hinged ankles, which is just really weird. Everything about this figure is sculpted so oddly. It's very human but very alien at the same time, and the whole gimmick behind this guy is that you put him on this thing right here and you launch him. I mean, I guess that's to mimic the flying aspect of Human Torch, I guess. I don't know. It's just really weird. And then the whole other thing is that the figure glows. Well, at least the patches of fire on him glow. So you can see here that he reacts to blacklight really well. That's very cool. I love figures that react to blacklight like this. But then when you want him to glow, it's just those patches of the fire, and they honestly glow really well. You know, after what, 23 years of being in that box. As a little bonus for this package, we have something that is very quintessential 90s for sure. I'm not entirely sure I want to even try to use these. I feel like I'll get some sort of chemical burn putting something of this age on me. But we've got some sweet Spider-Man temporary tattoos. I know, what would I be? 10 or 11-year-old me would have probably been all over these. That's a sweet Spider-Man right there, too. Why couldn't this figure look like that? That'd have been great. We've never seen this in a Spider-Man. But yeah, we've got some temporary tattoos. I'm going to leave them on here. They look pretty rough. They look pretty rough. So yeah, we've got this little bonus, and that's pretty much all there is to it for this little set here. We've got two very, very goofy figures that honestly really don't look anything like their comic interpretations. Spider-Man's pretty close, but he's just so weird, and I don't know what this thing is. He is a miss on pretty much every level. This is just so goofy and so weird. It's very 90s though, so I can't really fault it. It's kind of weird to get it out and play around with it now, but I am a sucker for glow-in-the-dark toys. So it's not all bad, I suppose, right? So let me know what you guys think down below. Do you have these? Did you have these particular figures as a kid? What do you think about them now? Let me know. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share that whole YouTube thing. You know the deal. And until next time.